Hello my friends and welcome back to Noob or Not, my ongoing video series where I play the heroes of Overwatch and ask you to let me know in the comments below if I'm being a noob. Or not. If you see something going alright and you think that's a pretty cool thing, go ahead and leave a comment and give me some ego food. I'll use it.
Teleport.
But if you see me doing something stupid, let me know. I want to do something better. As we do things around here, I'm going to turn off the UI and get to work. We're going to race right to the point. I'm kind of stalling a little bit because there was somebody behind me. I'm like, come on, buddy, let's go. We got to get there in a hurry. Let's amp it up. Yep, we're going to get there. Now, the reason I decided to go with the Lucio video today is because I saw that there is some PTR action going on that's going to adjust the way Lucio wall rides. Again, this time, though, it's supposed to be making things easier for people, presumably. Oh, I really messed up here. I thought I'd be able to boop her, but she knew what was up, so she stayed away from that side. And I was purple and got away with it, so right on. I'm going to do what I normally do with Lucio on Ulios well. I'm going to try to boop him into the well, and if I don't get him, I don't get him. But if I do get him, all right, even better. But what we're talking about today is the wall riding. On the inner circle, like in the well, you can just kind of hold your space bar, and it'll ride on its own. You don't have to do any kicking. You don't have to do any jumping. You know, it'll do what it needs to do. But on the outer circle, like on the top of this windmill, you would need to, and I'll show you some examples of that later. But with the new wall riding mechanisms coming in that, oh, come on. Oh, I really thought I had that diva, but she hit the pillar. With the new wall riding mechanisms coming in, you're going to be able to just jump up there and wall ride on anything, and it'll automatically wrap you around a corner. You know, you won't have to jump on it and then do a kick jump to the next wall. You're just going to be able to wall ride around the corner. And what's even better, or worse, depending on your perspective, is that you're going to be able to wall ride like this and go around corners like that without having any problems. But you're also going to be able to wall ride around things that like jet out on the side. Like let me find a good example. How about those lampposts right there? You see the lampposts on the side of the wall, right? As you're riding along, those would maybe stop you while you're riding along and, you know, kick you off the wall, and that's fine. But with the new mechanisms that are coming down the pipe, you'll be able to just kind of wiggle around them. And I was really trying to bait that Roadhog out here. I came all the way out here to try to get him to come and get me, but they didn't come and get me. I see that trap. You're not going to get me with your trap. I really would like to be able to... Nice boop, by the way. I really would like to be able to get those traps with fewer than however many things it takes to kill them with my Sonic, but what are you going to do?
We got this.
Alright, body blocking, body blocking. I know I probably shouldn't, but I was heal boosting. Now I'm breaking it down, and now we're going to hold this point. May knows better. She's not going to hide next to the wall. Again, I'm going to get away from her, though, and escape. Ilios is a really good map for me to escape on and cover and come back and keep healing and boop. Get into the well you go. I think you heard it, and if you listen closely, you probably heard her screaming as she fell. This should be a jump that I should be able to make, and this is another time when, alright, I was going to try to get behind him, and there he goes! Bye, Junkrat, thanks for playing. Now we're on the outside of a circle, and I was spinning. I'll go back up there in a minute. Goodbye, Roadhog! Oh no, I overhit it! I put him too far! Oh well. Running away from Farrah and all the other troublemakers, I'm going to come over here and grab this health pack, give our EMP a little boost. No, we're not, because that's not how it works anymore. Oh boy. The way they make changes. Alright, so the wall riding is the big change difference. The other difference that they made for Lucio, or that they're going to make, or so we hear, we'll see. You know, it's all on the test server, so it's not official yet. When it becomes official, that's when I'll officially do a Lucio video. Goodbye. That was a fun trip down into the well you go. I'm having a pretty good environmental run on this game, actually, now that I look around and think about it. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. There's another change in the PTR. That was, you know, I'm dead there. There's nothing to look at. That was a pretty simple one. I'm not coming off. Usually I would ride the rails, but since we were taking the objective, I didn't feel like I needed to be there in that much of a hurry. So I just kind of speed boost myself out there. All right. Oh, there comes May. The other change they made, I guess I should probably talk about... Oh, she got away with it. I guess we could talk about here briefly, but again, later. As you saw me boop that, the other change they made was removing the ammo requirement for boop, because there's an ammo requirement and a timing requirement. So they're removing one of them, and I think that's a good thing. Many a times have I dropped in on somebody while shooting at him, and then I drop in, and just as I'm about to boop, I reload. And I'm like, no, don't reload, boop. But, you know, it is what it is. So now, the new gun, the new boop gun, the right trigger, the right click, if you will. I'm not sure, it's probably going to be a right or left trigger on your PS4 or Xbox too, for those of you who play on consoles. But Yeah, now it won't take any ammo. It'll just take time. So what, 5 seconds? I hope they don't change the duration of time. Really, if they make it longer to last, just give us back the ammo restriction then. What the heck? I know they've already, as far as I'm concerned, they already took a lot away from Lucio when they made him quote unquote more impactful by reducing his healing radius. All right. I used to be able to just wall ride, like on these pillars. I could ride around these pillars the whole game. And every now and again, you get a really good shot on you. But if they're not a good shot, they're not a good shot. Why should I have to be in close to them? Now, I get it. It was probably about Lucio being closer to the team. You know, I guess. I hear, if I understand it correctly, his damage went up a little bit when they made that quote-unquote impact change. But who knows? All right, we take this point again. And here's an example of outer pillar wall riding. Up until this point, I shouldn't stay here because Anna's got a beat on me. Up until this point, there's 2 ways to think of it. 3 ways, really. There's flat wall, inner circle, outer circle, right? So right now, outer circle experience, as long as you're jumping and jumping, just jump, just keep jumping, spam that space bar, you can climb the outer circle, especially if you're on a slow instead of speed boost. If you're on a heal boost, you can do it. That was just me tripping up at the top there. If you're on a slow boost, it's a little bit easier because you don't jump off of it as fast. And speaking of jumping off it, once they made the impact change and you started jumping further, it became a little more problematic. But, you know, you get used to it, just as I'm sure I'll get used to the wall ride being automatic. No need to do any of this. Now I'll just be able to land on a pillar and hold the space bar, and it'll automatically spin around. And I can focus on looking down into the environment instead of, like, going up there and riding around, which I was kind of doing here to show you examples of what I was talking about before. Caught in a trap, monkey? Too bad for you. Oh my goodness, we're still beating him. I amped it up because that Junkrat looked like he was damaged, and Diva's almost always needing health, so why not give her a little health? Again, for those of you who are wondering, yes, if you look through objects, you can see whether they're not damaged green, or whether they are damaged yellow, or if they're critical damage, it'll be red. And orange. It fades through all the colors, so you can kind of tell how much health they have. The big tanks, the more health they have, right? So it goes very quickly for the little guys, as you would expect. It goes from green to yellow to orange very quickly, and sometimes it just cuts right from yellow to dead. You know, that's how that works. Oh yeah, having a good time. I'm wall riding, and I'm enjoying myself because I know things might be changing soon, and I don't know how they're going to change. And I'm taking a look every now and again, seeing where everything is. There's nobody in the air, obviously. I'm listening to my call-outs from my teammates. I'm listening to the beep for the payload, for the objective being taken or re-secured. I really thought I pushed him further off. But I was aiming down, so that makes sense that he wouldn't go that far.
Guys.
There's that back wall ride I was telling you about. Oh, they'll probably get me here. Yeah. That back wall ride where you can kind of get away from the problem while booping them away. I really like doing that. That might have been a mistake on my part. Well, but now that big hammer's swinging around, it's not so much a mistake. But I was covered. Looks like I got Sombra, and I believe I got one other member of my team. And the whole point was to try to get him. The whole point was to try to keep it as long as possible, because I like getting us to 99%. Saving ults and just coming back and winning it for the game. Oh, I really wanted to see how close that was. The new physics in this game, if they lean forward, they're not going to get pushed as far as you boop. Man, oh man, that was a really solid boop, though. I would have liked to have seen that. When this Mei wall goes down, we know that she only has her wall blocked. She's not going to be able to isolate anybody from the rest of the team, so it's a good idea to charge in after the wall goes down. There's the full crew, including Mercy supporting. Oh, hey, Tracer. Oh, that was a bad boop on my part. Actually, she kind of backstepped back away from it. I'm still trying to boop her. There it is. Nope, she's trying. There's two of her little blinks. It didn't work for her. I'm surprised that tire didn't come looking for me, but it looks like it's just me and Junkrat, the other Junkrat. And let me boop him away. Oh, wow, he booped me away as it was. I'm going to get back up and start wall riding? No, I'm going to come back in and drop in and go for the win. Come on, McCree, you and me against this Junkrat. Let's take him out. Sombra's got it. Diva's got it. We're on point. We're holding the point. This is a pretty fun match, but again, like I said, this was more about talking about the wall riding abilities of Lucio and how things are going to be changing pretty soon. And I mean, I hope you enjoyed watching some of the wall riding I did. If you'd like any instructions other than what I've already given you, leave a comment below and I'll give you some more. Again, think of it as 3 different structures, right? Straight wall, jump up and hold spacebar. Inner wall of a circle, like the well, jump up and hit spacebar. Outer wall, well, with the changes coming down the pipe, it's going to be the same. But if you want to experiment for now, what you want to do is kind of kick off of everything that's an outer wall, right? Now, see, there's a good example of me getting back to the point fast, especially since the timer was ticking. Anna's unaware that I'm here, so that was more about stunning her. I really do think the boop should stun, just like McCree's does, just like Brigitta's does. You know, I don't know why it doesn't. I don't know why the Reinhardt hammer doesn't stun. You know, when you hit somebody that hard, if you hit them hard enough that they go flying away from you out of melee range, you certainly stun them, I would think. Oh well. This was a pretty good game. I enjoy riding around. I sure would like to thank everyone. First, the Blueberries, Dagok, Calvary. I like the way you did that. And Sexy Stash. Dagok with the play of the game. I'd also like to thank the usual suspects, Gilka and Islu. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. What does Dagok do? Finn the Hammer McCree, you dirty right clicker. Well, that's okay. It happens. Flashbang and right click again. No, that was a solid pick. That was a miss, but that's okay.
I'm just impressed that it wasn't a high noon.
Yeah, also impressed that it wasn't an high noon. Great game, Gilka. Thank you very much for watching. My friends, if you found this informative, and I suspect you did, then by all means give me a thumbs up. If you are entertained and would like to see more, why not consider subscribing? And if you can't wait that long, YouTube has hand-selected a video for you on my left. I have selected my Noob or Not playlist, so check out some of my other heroes. Go check out my Widow and Hanzo. Those are hilarious. Until next time, bye-bye!